All right, everyone, hail and welcome to this week's episode of Midgard Musings. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. My name is Jesse, and I am the host here on this channel each and every week. Usually upload new videos on Sunday nights. We are live here on Facebook. If you are a first-time viewer on the YouTube channel and you want to become part of the live discussion here on Facebook, if you are on Facebook, just head down into the description of the video and check out the Facebook page link that's down there. You can like the page, and every time I go live, you'll be notified when I do so, and you can become part of the live discussion that's going on here now and today. So if you are a first-time viewer, this channel is dedicated to various Norse heathen related subjects. I do have some sort of I have some playlists that you can check out down here in the playlist section of various things. I have a Havamal discussion series. I have a deity discussion series. There is a sort of a storytelling series which we'll actually be picking up here sometime in the next week or so. And it's basically, this channel is dedicated to be an open platform to discuss various Norse heathen related topics of discussion. So check out all those videos down below. If you're interested and you like it, give it a thumbs up, become a subscriber. The subscribe button's right down here in the bottom. And once you do subscribe, if you like what you hear and see and you don't want to miss anything, click the bell for notifications and you won't miss anything that I upload each and every week. So this week's discussion actually is a fan suggested or subscriber suggested video that somebody who watches this channel on the YouTube channel, they actually suggested this about a week or two ago and said, would you mind putting a video out here that kind of lets everybody know where I came from, where my roots come from, where I started at as far as a heathen and where everything goes. So we're going to talk about that today. I know it's not a very big open platform for discussion, but I thought that it would be a really great opportunity for not just everybody that watches my channel to kind of understand where I come from, but to also offer everybody that does watch the opportunity to kind of let everyone else know where they come from and give their insights. How did you start your heathen path? So before we do that, it's customary on this channel to light some incense and light a candle. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then I will kind of open up the floor and let you guys know where and when I came to the heathen path, such as it is. Alright, so thank you again so much for watching. So let me just go ahead and start by saying that my introduction to heathenry started about 4 years ago, I would say. I can't remember exactly when I fully devoted my path or when I fully devoted the direction of my life into heathenry, such as it is. But it was about 4 years ago, somewhere between 4 and 5 years ago. I do come from a background of a very Christian backed sort of lifestyle. I was brought up in a Christian household, read the Bible, the King James version of the Bible. Not only did I read it, but I studied it, and actually was very much involved in the study of that aspect of things. So when it came out to my parents specifically, and I'll get into some details of that in just a minute, when it came out to my parents that I was no longer kind of following a Christian path and that I was pagan or that I was heathen, whatever you want to call it, it obviously wasn't met with too much interest or too much excitement from their aspects. So backing up a little bit, like I said, I am originally from New York State. I live now currently in Middle Tennessee, the Nashville, Murfreesboro, Tennessee area, and I will be 35 years old this year. In November of 2019, I will be turning 35. So I just passed the 34th trip around the sun for myself here back in November of 2018, and for, I would say, the biggest part of those 30 years of my life, I was a Christian. I followed a Christian belief system in various aspects. Now, my life in New York to Tennessee, that whole transition period of why I moved from one state down to the other, is a big long story in and of itself. We're not really going to go into that. My heathen direction, the reason why I kind of felt drawn to heathenry, happened long after I actually moved to Tennessee. I moved to Tennessee in about 2006, and it's 2018, or now 2019, going on close to 5 years. So about 2014, 2015 is when I actually focused my direction and my belief system to heathenry. The reason why, again, the focus of this video is to see why did I kind of focus my path, or why did I focus my religious beliefs or my spiritual beliefs to heathenry. Why did I do that? That is a huge long story in and of itself, because I did go from a Christian path or a Christian belief into sort of an atheist, not really believing in anything, sort of lost in my way, kind of thing, to Norse heathenry. And the thing that really drew me most to this path was the fact that I didn't need any sort of validation. I didn't need any sort of, supreme ultimate authority that hung over my head to say, you have to do this. If you don't do this, you're going to suffer eternity in hellfire. You're going to burn for eternity. You're going to get some sort of punishment in the end. I didn't feel any sort of, great supreme ultimate authority that told me that if I didn't do this, I was going to pay the consequences. And I guess a lot of people out here who may be watching this could say, well, you could feel that without having to be directed towards any sort of religion. You could just stay atheist, or you could not believe in anything and just believe in yourself. And why do you need the Norse pantheon is a polytheistic religion. It's heathenry is in itself a multi-deistic, polytheistic sort of path. Why do you need multiple gods? If a one god approach to religion didn't do it for you, why do you need more to kind of give you that sort of validation in life, or why do you need that, right? I can see where some people might say that, and my answer to that is that I don't need that. But everything about heathenry, everything about Germanic paganism, everything about the Norse pantheon made sense to me. I kind of was interested in it because of the whole, Odin and Thor and stuff. It seemed really cool, right? And so the mythology aspects, I was drawn more to the mythology aspects of it at first. And once I got into the mythology aspects of it, I leaned more in towards the spiritual aspects of it, and how the gods can, be with us in our everyday lives. And then as I grew as a heathen and as I learned more things, I realized that it's not so much about what the gods do for us, it's what we do for ourselves. And that there is strength in ourselves, and that we have our ancestors to draw on as far as strength and guidance, more so than the gods, because the gods are, more concerned with their things than they are so much concerned about our things, and that the strength that we can draw from comes more from our ancestral line. And that just seemed like home to me. That it felt more like I was talking to a friend or a respected elder when it came to the things that I was dealing with in my life. More so, that felt more the speaking to the gods and speaking to my ancestors, that felt more comforting. That felt more like it was a home drawn type of thing than before, where I felt like I had to sort of be held in account for everything that I did. And if I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do, then there was punishment and line for me for not doing it. So the whole draw to heathenry started with my interest in the mythology of Germanic paganism, and then it kind of grew towards understanding the spiritual aspects of it. It wasn't until about a year or so ago, a little over a year ago, that I kind of focused more on the runic, understanding the runes and reading the runes and learning the runes and things of that nature, the actual esoteric aspects, the magical aspects of this path, which I don't necessarily feel that everybody is drawn to. But there are some, myself included, that are drawn to that. So I was drawn to that after a couple of years of understanding, some of the holidays, some of the how the gods are venerated, how ancestor veneration is performed, all those types of things. It all just felt very much close to home. It felt something that was very close to my heart. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this particular video, especially now that this whole Norse heathenry, this whole quote Viking culture is quite popular among the masses nowadays. In terms of why people are drawn to this and stuff. The thing that really stuck with me the most wasn't so much the fact that this Viking culture, and you guys look, I'm wearing this fake bearskin rug. I wear these leather bracers on my arms. I wear these beads. This is sort of an image, just to give you guys something to feel entertained by. But by no means do I sit here and feel like, you guys, I am Viking. I am going to raid. I'm going to do all these things that make me Viking. Rah, hail, skull, Valhalla, la la la. Right? None of that. I don't feel anything like that. That's not what has kept me close to this heathen path. That's not what's kept me kind of on this path. The thing that has kept me on this path is the fact that it is fueled, and it is the catalyst behind this path is love. It is the love for nature. It is the love for your community. It is a love for kindred. It is a love for your folk. It is a love for the gods. It is a love for your ancestors. It is a love of yourself as you continue to grow as a heathen. Love is what fuels this thing. It's not this whole machismo, bravado thing of, I'm a, Northern European, Germanic Viking. I'm going to be this, none of that. There's all that kind of stuff that floats around on the internet, in all these various Facebook groups, all these various, heathen forums and things like that online. That's not what has kept me on this path. It has been love. It has been love and adoration and nurturing elements, things that build a community, things that, it's like the watering of a plant, I guess you could say. The plant that is there that needs nurturing. It's the things that nurture that plant, the water, the fuel, the food, things that you give, the fertilizer, whatever you want to call it. That is really what drew me to this path. It wasn't the fact that I was afraid of doing something wrong and therefore losing my life as I knew it. If I did something wrong, I was going to lose, out of my reward in the end, whatever. Something that you kind of see in this, the Judeo-Christian environment. No, the thing that has drawn me to this path and that has kept me on this path is the fact that there is love that fuels what we do. Everything that I do on this channel and with this page, everybody that subscribes, everybody that likes, everybody that comments, everybody that tunes in every week on the live feeds, that is love. That is time that they are taking out of their lives. Everybody that watches, you're taking time out of your life to support what I do and learn things just as I'm learning. So I love the fact that love is such a strong part of this heathen path. It's not about being this, for lack of a better term and excuse the language, a badass, right? Like, you don't have to be a macho guy. You don't have to be somebody that's just all about the fight and all about the violence and everything like that. No. Granted, there is times when action needs to be done, and there are times when your action needs to be, called upon to take care of things. But in terms of growing as a heathen, and as far as learning where to go along this path, it's fueled by love, and it's pushed by love in many different aspects. And I think that as many heathens, as many people as are coming to this path, as many people as are becoming interested in learning about Norse heathenry, that is something that needs to be focused on, is that love, nurturing. So much of the sagas, so much of the lore, you'll read about various things in all your studies and all your readings that you come across. Some of the worldview, it's a very, very trying time for arch heathens. It's a very, when things happened back in the ancient times, where our religion, where our faith comes from, it wasn't so much about what you said, it was what you did. Your actions spoke louder than your words. Your actions were what carried on beyond where you were at that point. But it didn't always have to be violence. It didn't always have to be destruction. It didn't always have to be raiding and pillaging and all this thing that this modern construct wants to focus on with this whole Viking image thing or whatever. It's not about that, guys. Especially now, we are modern heathens living in modern times, trying to adhere to an ancient religion that is thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. So what we do now, what I do now, to build our communities and to educate and to teach and to we're all students here. I'm not sitting here trying to say that I'm the one that you need to listen to. I'm not saying that I'm the one that I'm the teacher. You need to shut everything down and focus on what I'm saying. By all means, I am not saying that at all. But what I am saying is that as we learn and as we grow, focus on helping one another. Focus on helping each other. There's lots of heathens out here that are growing and that are coming into this path that don't know. They just feel a pull. They feel a draw to this path, like I did 4 or 5 years ago. Like many of you that are watching this now felt maybe recently or maybe even longer ago, 10, 15, 20 years ago, when you felt the draw to follow this path. Many people that are watching this are by far more educated than I am, but I think that one of the things that I was drawn to for this path, and the reason why I'm a heathen, is because there is love that fuels this. It's not about destroying a culture. It's about building a culture. It's about building community. It's about advancing our communities. It's about education. It's about furthering the knowledge that we were given, our ancestors were given, and we are in modern times now. It may have gotten lost, but we're here now to, continue that path. So that is why I am a heathen. It's for the love of it. It's for the love of my ancestors and for the love of the gods. So I hope this has answered some questions that maybe some people have had as far as why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm interested to know why you are a heathen? Why do you follow this path? Why do you walk this path? What drew you to this path? So leave your comments down below. Be sure to become a subscriber, and if you haven't, you will see right up here this floating Midgard Musings logo. Once you click on it, you are a subscriber. And if you don't want to miss anything that comes up on this channel every week, you don't have to. You can click the bell notifications to be notified each and every time I upload new content. So thank you all so much for watching. Everybody that's watching live on Facebook, stick around so that way I can answer all your questions and see what everybody's commenting on. Thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you all again next week in next week's video. Hail and thank you.